Hillary Clinton warns of potential Russian election interference in 2024, he'll do it again. If he has a chance, he'll do it again, Clinton said, referring to Putin. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton sat down with MSNBC's Jen Psaki for an interview that aired on Sunday and said that we should be talking about potential election interference leading up to 2024. He has indeed interfered in our elections in the past, Psaki said, referring to Russian President Vladimir Putin. It's not something, as you experienced firsthand, is not something we talk about a lot. Do you fear that that is something that could be happening for 2024? Do you think we should be talking about it more? Clinton said we should be talking about potential election interference more because she had, no doubt, he has done it before. I don't think, despite all of the deniers, there is any doubt that he interfered in our election, or that he has interfered in many ways in the internal affairs of other countries, funding political parties, funding political candidates, buying off government officials in different places, she began. He hates democracy. He particularly hates the West and he especially hates us. And he has determined that he can do two things simultaneously. He can try to continue to damage and divide us internally, and he's quite good at it, she said. She also said Putin was trying to expand his reach by seizing territory in a brutal way. Part of the reason he worked so hard against me is because he didn't think that he wanted me in the White House. So we are where we are, and part of the challenge is to continue to explain to the American public that, you know, the kind of leader Putin is, this authoritarian dictator who literally kills his opposition, kills journalists, poisons people who disagree with him, invades other countries, interferes with our election, that is part of the alternative. We have to reject this in this election. We have to reject authoritarianism, we have to reject a kind of creeping fascism almost, of people who are really ready to turn over their thinking, their votes to want to be dictators. We can't allow that to proceed, she said. Clinton said that if Putin had the chance, he would interfere in the 2024 elections. I think that it's fair to say that you have a tough job. Because you have to talk about what's happening in the news, but you also have to keep people's eyes on what's right behind the horizon. I fear that the Russians improve themselves to be quite adept at interfering, and if he has a chance, he'll do it again, she continued. Clinton also said during the interview that former President Trump liked to engage in what psychologists call projection, with the routine statements he makes. You know, the thing about him, and I'm not the only one person who's noticed this, is he engages in what psychologists call projection, she said. So whenever he accuses somebody of doing something, it's almost guaranteed he's doing it himself or he's already done it, she continued. Or whenever he denies thinking about doing something, or doing it, it's almost guaranteed he is thinking about it, or has already done it. Fox News' Gabriel Hayes contributed to this report.